I I have concerns, and I won't get into the whole thing because I don't want to steal your stream from you or anything.
Fair enough, and I am struggling. There we go, to get to my game capture here. Heaven's Vault. Kaboom. And then to you. Here we go, because there's always a story so far screen. The story so far. Aliyah and Six have been looking for the roboticist Janiki Remba, sent by Professor Miyari to uncover the cause of the fall of Iox, which she believes is soon to return. But ancient memories found inside a robot led Remba to a different discovery, an ancient observatory, the Vault, which Remba believed could save the nebula from darkness. But why had Remba been hiring laborers to dig something up on Elbereth? Meanwhile, Huang has told Aliyah of a trader called Amado on Renaki, who claims to know about an observatory. It can't be the place Remba was after, can it? We'll find out. Next time on Dragon Ball Z! Alright, enough of that nonsense. But yeah, I do hope Baldur's Gate 3. I didn't know there was previous games to that.
Oh, God, how? How? The original Baldur's Gate is considered the grandfather of modern Western RPGs.
Because I'm not as much of a nerd as you think, Fox. No, but in all honesty, I'm aware of Baldur's Gate. I just didn't know it was like, a big video game. I thought it was just like a set of tabletop rules in a setting. So that was my confusion. But yeah, when did the first game come out?
Long ago.
And what the hell am I doing? I read a whole recap, but it's like, that was that.
Yeah, you'd just completed looking through that garden moon.
You got it. Yeah, you're right. So our options right now is to either go back to Elbereth, see if we got anything info from our friend, or go to Renaki, or explore the dig site.
Or I'll try to find it. Or go to Iox.
Again?
Maybe. There might be something there. Like, report in, okay, we've definitely found out he's dead. Now that you've found Renba's ship.
Yeah. Let's go to Elbereth first.
You'll probably be able to see the options when you, instead of resting, do the other okay.
Instead of do the other what?
If you do the manual travel, it'll actually tell you what the various options are.
Okay. I'll sail the ship. It's my motherfucking ship. We're gonna sail it whenever I want to sail it.
Oh. Mistress, we are receiving a message. It is from Professor Mayari.
Put it through.
I was not awaiting permission, mistress. Aliyah, where are you?
Following the lead.
Next, you'll be asking for a pay raise. This isn't a social call. I wanted to let you know we're having a celebration for Renba here at the university. You don't have to attend, but I thought I'd let you know.
A celebration? He's dead.
Yes, I know he's dead. What kind of celebration did you think we were having exactly? Now are you coming? Come home, Aliyah. Right away. That is all she sent, mistress.
Fuck you! I'm gonna do my own thing. I have doubts.
I will ready the sheets, mistress.
Please don't put down the record. Regret. I can fast travel now. Or, can I fast travel from here?
Well, clicking the options will tell you where you can go.
Well, yeah, I want to go back to Elbereth. That's what I want to do. And then I'll go back to Iox. And no, I'm not doing that. It says plot course, but I don't want to sail over there. I want to, rest. So let's get out of here and rest. What? Huh? What? No! God damn it.
Backspace.
Thank you. Fine, I have to go the long way. I didn't mean to do this. But I quit.
It won't work.
Ah! It's my home, Six. Look how big it is. But you wouldn't understand that. You clanker.
Indeed not, mistress.
This is what I get. Always rest when I can.
Yeah, but if you rested, you wouldn't have heard that information about the celebration.
Oh, that is true. God damn, it's so far away.
Once you get to more familiar waters, you'll be able to skip. How old is the nightingale, mistress?
I'm not sure. Almost 1,500 years old, maybe. Well, I can't stop the sailing now. I have to get all the way to my destination.
Or at least the territory you've been to.
Whee!
Plus, of course, you can find ruins.
Not all is lost, at least. A ruin! It is a ruin from at least the early... Oh.
It is a ruin from at least the earliest empire period, mistress. I will investigate. I found a ceramic pot carved with the impression of a mast.
Just lying out there? Look, Six, there's even some salt still inside. It doesn't have a carved motif across the side. Oh. So what was the point of that?
Well, found an item which will make a certain location
Oh, smaller.
easier to find.
You're
Yep.
right.
And now if you hit G...
Oh, thank you.
As I said, once you enter waters that you've already flown through, you can skip along to areas you haven't been to. Or to the end.
Yep, and last time we checked, we found a recording of what I think to be the professor's daughter. Good faith to you.
Farwet?
How are the crops?
All fire and no smoke, as they say, thank you. Walk with the goddess. Or die on Iox, I don't care.
Psh, okay.
Zit boyal kirifar.
Kibenya.
Ienihua sale cataliti.
Because we know Cactus doesn't work anymore, for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. That whole moon six. It must have once been filled with voices like Kaya's. Ahead atop every shrine. All talking, arguing, laughing. That place was a haven. And now you can hear a pebble drop. The random talking to myself bit.
Well, technically you were talking to Six.
I just don't know what he was gonna say. Moving on. I think I took the long way around, but okay. Good faith to you.
Yes?
How goes things?
Well enough, thank you. Be well.
Okay then.
Yeah, that happens if you randomly walk into people.
I've had enough of this place. I want to talk to my friend. The nerd. Hey, nerd.
I hope your friend is still here, mistress.
Get the fuck out of here! I'm gonna drag your corpse out, one way or another.
If that's you, Toppy, I don't want it. Ah, Aaliyah. Good. Quickly, come in. That thing you brought in.
What did you make of it?
First things first. Where did you find it? How?
From a moon in the eye of the cyclones.
Wait. You sailed into the cyclones? Aaliyah. Are you mad?
It wasn't that dangerous.
Of course it wasn't. Only an enormous space storm 10 times bigger than Elbereth. Did you even know if there was a river out?
I did know. And Ioxen had been there and come back.
So whatever Iox can do, Elbereth can do too. Aaliyah, sometimes I just think you really need to get yourself a real life.
So, what did you make of it?
Did you ever hear of the Great Forge? A moon used in the early Empire for crafting complex devices. I've never seen anything so obviously made there before.
Did you say devices?
I think this sort of thing was common in the Holy Empire. Things people wore, things they carried, they were all functional, active.
This forge, Roy, is it real? Not just a myth?
It must have been real, and huge, employing hundreds, maybe thousands of people.
Where?
I have no idea. You're the archaeologist.
But did you find out what the crown does?
No. I have no idea. I didn't try to turn it on.
But you could.
Are you serious? It's hundreds of years old. I mean, perhaps if I knew what it was powered by, but if I put the wrong amount of flow through it, I'll smoke the foil. I don't think we'd stay friends.
But you could try. See what happens?
Mistress, Professor Mayari is waiting for the crown. You don't mind the risk. I'll most likely burn it out.
So do it carefully.
Great. No pressure then. Are you sure? Seriously, I might well set it on fire. I'm touched you trust me, Aaliyah.
Are you saying I shouldn't?
I'm just saying I can't promise anything. I'd understand if you didn't want to take the chance. I'll try low floors and work up. I'll see what I can do.
And once again, the crown is just gonna stay here. But let me talk to you some more. I found this strange metal hoop. A hologram came out of it.
Let me see.
I recognize it immediately, of course.
Oh, the neck hoop from a robot. But it won't do anything without a core. It needs something to project. Last thing I noticed is it's badly made. Robots are beautifully, delicately crafted machines. This is an Empire period copy.
Copy, huh?
Oh, that...
Take care of yourselves, Aroy. I think that's all I can do for now. Be seeing you, Aroy.
Give me a few days to dig in. I promise I won't scratch it.
Well, that could have gone better, but then again, I could find something huge. Instead of just rushing the crown back to the professor here.
Should we return to the ship now, mistress?
Do it.
Be ready, mistress.
Yep, no reason to stick around. I'm just gonna reduce the size of the thing here and kind of clip. So I'm trying to clip something here on my stream. I don't think it's gonna let me though. Whatever. I have like an obnoxious white bar here at the bottom, and it's just, you know, kind of pissing me
I
off.
noticed it showing up briefly now and then on my end too.
Yeah, so I'm trying to, if I make it bigger. We'll see how that looks. I moved it down a little bit. Alright, back to Iox. Hopefully I'm not too late. Back to Iox.
Yes, mistress.
What do you think, Six?
I believe they are just beginning, mistress.
We're not too late then.
I believe our timing to be perfect, mistress. Aaliyah, quickly! Mayari was waiting for you to arrive. We weren't sure you really were coming.
Thanks, Huang.
I will wait here, mistress.
Try not to rust. Okay?
I will lick myself clean, mistress.
Good boy.
This way, Aaliyah. Janaki was a great believer in the loop.
The Loop Temple is a cult. It takes and doesn't give back.
You're wrong. Who do you think keeps you going?
I do.
Try to keep your head bowed. Here she comes. Friends, colleagues, Brothers and sisters, thank you for coming. Today we gather to recommend our brother Janiki Renba to the waters.
Who's the lady? I don't recognize her.
I think that's Renba's mother. I wondered if you knew her. She's from Elbereth.
There's a lot of people on Elbereth, Huang.
Of course. Sorry. Janiki Renba was our friend, our brother, our teacher, for some a confidant, for others an inspiration. He has left us too soon, but we trust he will be returned. Renba often traveled to Elbereth to see his family. He was like you in that way.
In what way?
Not afraid to sail.
Poor Renba.
Janiki's departure is a deep loss to the university. His work here has changed our little community more than most of you may know, but it is his absence, however brief, that will be truly felt.
I never knew my mother.
Never.
I didn't know my father either. For a while, I thought he was the owner of this bar where I kept getting work. But since I turned 20, he's been asking me to marry him. So I think I had that wrong.
You're teasing me.
I should take you to Elbereth sometime. Show you around where I grew up.
My mother was a carpenter. She made a lot of the chairs in this place. She's pretty proud of me.
Mayari paused a moment, and then emptied something out of the hourglass.
So Renba begins another journey around the Great Loop. As we remember him, so he sails the rivers above.
She really believes this?
Of course. What do you believe?
Nothing, I'm an atheist.
The people began to sing.
That is a belief.
The words were weird.
Actually,
and
it's a
old.
lack of belief.
The sound
Belief
drifted up
sustains
and
us.
away into the nebula.
What?
Maybe Remba could hear us. Maybe not.
Actually, I'm going to move our wonderful heads to the top right because I'm blocking some text. There we go.
Didn't matter. It was beautiful anyway.
But yeah, I was just saying, atheism is a lack of belief. It's not a worldview or belief. That's just a common misconception. Oh! There's my thingamabobbers here.
Those that are gone will return. Those that return will depart.
The chanting died away. There were echoes. Then they were gone too.
Friends, thank you for coming. Janiki will be grateful for your support.
The people began to murmur, then to talk.
Does she even look sad to you?
No, but she's not one to show her emotion in public.
What if she's a robot? Good faith.
Good faith. Good faith to you.
I'm from Elbereth, too.
They think he's coming back. I can't understand it.
They believe everything is a loop. Nothing to them is ever lost. Not people, not events.
My son was one of them. In the end, he was happy here. Did you know my boy?
I went looking for him when he disappeared.
Disappeared? What do you mean? He told me his heart gave out. Aaliyah, I see you've met Annette. Mistress Elasra here is one of our most gifted thinkers. Please, I'd like to just spend some time with my boy. I barely saw him when he was alive.
He didn't visit Elbereth?
Not for years. His work was so important to him. Please.
That was a lovely eulogy.
It was barely sufficient. But thank you. And thank you for coming. I know you are skeptical of the loop.
What is the loop, really? I hear people talk about it, but I don't really understand.
It's a popular view on It isn't a popular view on Elbereth, I know. People there don't want the future to replicate the past, but it does. Our world is full of cycles. The nebula itself a cycle. Everything sustains everything in perfect harmony. The loop is why your job is so very interesting.
Why is that?
You think you are studying the past, but you are doing much more than that. You are studying the future. Aaliyah, a beautiful service, don't you think?
My first funeral?
Not your first.
Excuse me? What did he mean by not my first?
The loop, Aaliyah. He's talking about the loop.
Cycles, huh? Like fate can't be broken. I see where this is going. I do think we are done here, though. Or not.
Aaliyah, I will be in my office. I very much hope to see you. You do not have the crown. I fear she will be most disappointed when I tell her.
Look at this place, Six. It looks modern, but it's ancient. Here and there, bits of the architecture go back thousands of years. Well, I could leave now, because there's really no point in me talking to her. No one thought Kibenya meant give her life. I thought she was a water goddess. So I suppose that makes sense. Bringing life to rocky moons.
Aaliyah.
Good faith to you. Random stranger.
Oh, you can interact with that thing.
Thought I did earlier, beyond. Look at this thing, Six. What even is it?
Evidently, it is said to be a sundial, mistress.
Ah, an inscription. Alright, so cool. Emperor sees
I believe you are correct with C's, mistress.
yes. Sees over every choice. Yeah. Let's see. Call, deceive, I. Opposite of deceive or similar to deceive? But I might be wrong, so I don't want to go with that. Over and guide. Alright, so of. Yeah, we'll stick with that. I could still change my mind, but Emperor sees over every choice. An Emperor period work then. Or older with the motto etched in later. It's just like the one in the garden.
I believe that sundial to be significantly older than this one, mistress. Furthermore, that one was not made on Iox.
It's ancient. It's so ugly.
That seems harsh to me, mistress. It has pleasurable functionality.
Well, was the sundial made here?
Of course, mistress. Curiously enough.
Let's get out of this rock.
This way, mistress. Excuse me.
Methinks someone needs to drink some water.
I just did.
Alright, so yeah, I'm leaving Miari behind, because what's the point without the crown? And we're just going to go back to exploring. Time to move on.
I will prepare the ropes, mistress.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I want to go there. Oh yeah, I could go back here. But didn't I have the choice to talk to Huang regarding that idol? I think I had the choice of giving it back, which could open up people's opinions of me, basically.
Possible.
Let's do that. But then again, too late.
We set course once more for Mayerzi. I found myself looking forward to it. It was a good place, despite the people. It was everything Elbereth could have been.
She seems to like isolated, smaller village-type communities than more advanced civilizations. Then again, we had the slums, the laborers, classism emerges. I can see your point. Certain different themes for every world. And fast forwarding, because I've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got to figure out who to give that figurine to. I think maybe the guy by the well.
That would make sense.
He's the only, like, big person that I talked to there.
The soft, wet wind of Mayerzi hadn't seemed gentle before. I could see it now. Maybe Remba really had liked this place.
Can you stop?
I had the clay figurine with me, in my bag, wrapped up safely in a cloth.
Let's see what we can get for this thing.
I am sure the people here will be most grateful for the return of their statue. For some reason or other.
Alright, well, fast travel, thank you.
Everything on Mayerzi was as we'd left it. The flowers still bloomed. The water still bubbled.
Greetings once more, stranger. Tell us quickly, did you find your man?
I found the remains of a ship.
The fire in the sky. I am sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I brought you something.
Ibenya. Where did you find this?
On a distant moon by a ruined house. In the middle of a hurricane.
This is a hermit's effigy, given to a hermit when they go out alone to remind them of the place that gave them birth. See, here. She opens.
Oh,
Do you see inside?
and just like that, another sentence. Hooray. Waters. Us. Will.
Mistress, I do not think you have enough information to read this.
Water, you, us, will, us. That will do for now.
Nonsense.
Can you read it?
A child could. This word, to separate.
Yes.
And this, to connect.
It looks different, but maybe you can figure out. How do you know?
Not all that is lost is all lost. We remember pieces. We will put Cabenia back in the well shrine. She prefers the damp. She has been on a long journey, I think.
Wait, something fell out. It's here in the grass. Some kind of foil.
It is quite evident, mistress. That is a arabesque foil.
What's a rebus foil?
You have never seen the internals of a robot, then?
Well, what does a foil do?
A arabesque foil carries detail, like one of your fingerprints. The foil is yours if you want it, Ioxian. I hope you find it of value. Good faith to you, good lady.
So, did Remba hide the rebus foil inside the Marishan statue? He left it on that rocky moon to be found, and sent the brooch to Miari to lead her on a trail to find it. And maybe it's connected to the last Emperor's body, but maybe it isn't.
But if that was Renva's plan, mistress, why not simply send the foil?
We need to find out what's on this foil.
Elbereth, then. A touching scene, mistress. Perhaps we should leave now, mistress?
Let's get out of here.
This way, mistress.
Okay.
And with the knowledge you found of the word, you might be able to figure out a way to maybe identify the phrase more.
Yeah. One on... Well, let me check once we get back to the ship. I don't know if it's right to go back to Uprearth yet.
The foil, mistress. I do not immediately recognize where it was produced.
Can you track it down?
I will triangulate the origin of the foil as best as I can, mistress.
Alright,
E.
there we go. T, you said. Inscriptions.
Yep.
Alright,
Little to the left.
There we go. Divide. And join. Goes there. No. I'm missing a word then.
No, you can still put things in.
It didn't work.
Well, it struck out one word.
You. Ah, there we go. Yes!
What is something divide us will join us?
So if this is a subject, probably like a pronoun, maybe this indicates apart from you. Waters that divide us. Did it?
That was put in.
Alright, cool. Yeah, this makes sense. Pretty sure, I'm confident that's
Anything? Any other solvable inscriptions or anything? Oh,
Yeah.
looks like there is.
Right here. Water of from a glass bottle. Well, there's death in here. Choice. Let's try protection. I don't know. Oh, crap. Let me go back. So it says it's solvable, but I don't have everything here.
It probably just meant that you could actually put those words in to find that as an option. As in, you could, before you didn't have the option of choosing this word, and it was just a phrase. Now that you actually had enough words for that, you could have done that. Fortunately, nothing else is solvable now.
Fine by me.
Very good, mistress. Where should I take the ship? To Elbereth, perhaps?
Back to Elbereth.
Yes, mistress.
I don't know if it's been long enough for the crown, but at least I can get info on the foil. Oh, sweet. Time has passed while I did all the sailing, so this could be good for us. Kibenya.
Ieni hua sale cataliti.
I'll go to my right, it might be shorter. Oops.
Based on their mineral compositions, it is quite possible, mistress. I will consider the matter.
Just a random question. You just pop out. This doesn't look right.
Someone had ripped through Oroy's stuff like a wind. Had she been here when it happened?
The place has been turned upside down.
So it would seem, mistress.
Whoever did this didn't spare anything. The crown. Is it here?
I do not believe so, mistress.
I hope she's safe, Six. There's nothing else missing. It's all been thrown about, but it's still here.
Mistress Oroy kept the crown hidden then.
But not well hidden.
It would seem so.
Maybe she got away.
One can hope so.
They must have been looking for something. Oroy? Oroy? Nothing else here. Sad.
Had she clambered to safety out of the window or cowered beneath a table? Back in the orphanage, we'd done both.
Oroy's in trouble.
Unclear, mistress. There are no signs of injury here. No blood.
Yeah, but she's missing. We'd better go. I swear if Miyari's behind this. Ugh.
Perhaps she was not there, mistress. Perhaps she was quite safe elsewhere.
Do you think so?
There was no indication of injury, mistress. Time to go, mistress.
I want to look for Oroy.
Very well, mistress.
This is all my fault. I shouldn't have got her involved.
Involved in what, mistress?
In whatever it is that's going on. This is the Moon of Thieves.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
anyone. Oh, yeah. No, it is you.
Anyone may have taken it or her.
Yes?
Do you know where Oroy is? The mechanist from the Odd.
Gone missing, has she? Not the kind to leave her stock unguarded. It's all junk, of course.
She's my friend. I want to find her.
Does she want to be found? Most people don't, in my experience. Did you think about that?
Oh, great. Well, might as well ask Tappy. We can get the Tappies this way. Alright.
Aaliyah, come on in.
I've picked up a few items you might be interested in.
Oh, yeah?
It's a ceramic part carved with the impression of a mast dating from the early Empire. We found it floating in the open wash.
Yeah, fair, if not exemplary. And no matter, I may be able to shift it onto someone. I might be able to make you an offer. Here we are. A solid brass box.
And there's some carved characters in an ancient script here. Cool. I guess 4. Goddess. Maybe that indicates action. Pray for. It's close to death. Action, perhaps. Maybe this is not people. Hold. Solid Brax box. Maybe it means carry. No, no. I'm gonna keep that because it's related to goddess. Pray for. Or maybe not for. Maybe it's and. Okay, that makes this sense more. Chat user jump scare. Hello, Radioshi 9000. Hello.
Hey, Yoshi.
That's so close to death. I don't think it's. Unless this means opposite. Slice your people.
Pray and slice your people.
We'll go with build. Pray and build your people. Some kind of offering box. Now, what's inside? A broken metal jug. The lip has been inscribed too. Excellent.
Huzzah!
This is one end of a broken fragment of text. Build. And...
Now that one's make, not build. Slightly different.
But it could be 2 words then. No. Your. Will. Gotcha. Dang it. Yes! Glad that makes sense. There's that word again. Love. I mean, it could be the opposite of death, but it's like... Or break and... Blood? Heaven deceive winds. Blood will... River? Fill your goblet. Similar to hold, a goblet does hold things. I don't know. Does break-in song will fill your goblet work? I will look at it again later. Most likely this comes from the same source of the box and the tablet. This will make the deck side near algorithm use it to locate.
Oh, you've seen it. The broken jug for your ceramic pot?
You have a deal.
I'll be sorry to sell this on when the time comes.
I uncovered a few more items you might be interested in.
Oh, yeah?
Didn't I just get the jug? It's an age river map dating from the early empire.
Yeah, nice enough. Oh well, I should be able to do something with that. A beautiful, unique piece. I might be able to make you an offer. Now then. Beautifully crafted copper compass.
And another inscription, okay. Alright, gods. Will. And that's definitely not right. Or maybe it is right. Yeah. Well, didn't I already find the ancient friend already? Yeah, I did. It's a squiggly line. Hold of. Let's try my. Everything, never. Think about this. Sight again. My star gods will. Sky, sail. My star gods will linger. A blessing for safe passage, perhaps. I hazard that this comes from the same place as the heavily scratched incense burner, the one I discovered on the graveyard moon.
So, if you've seen the goods, the compass for your aged silver river map?
You have a deal.
Oh, what a fine piece. What you give me will keep me in business for a week. If there's more, let me look another time when my eyes have recovered.
So, Tappy, do you know Roy? The mechanist with the yard near the auction square.
Roy? Yeah, of course. I know a name at least. Why?
Her shop was broken into.
How unpleasant. I'm afraid that sort of thing still happens here sometimes.
By the way, Tappy. Thanks, Tappy.
Always a pleasure. Not up there, Leah. A man must have his secrets.
See you later, horn dog.
Take care of yourself out there. At least I'm not as horny as a certain stallion.
What does he know? A pre-Empire site. Yeah, let's go.
No. What about a Roy?
What about Roy?
She is either safe, or she is not safe. Either way, I do not see how you can help her.
There's one more place I can go. The yard.
And no, that is the way. Back down.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I think so. Is that the right way?
Where is she, Six? The crown was obviously valuable, and I pushed it on her. Yeah, thank goodness. But who knew? No one knew. Or Roy wouldn't have told anyone. Let's go check with our friend in the slums. And get drunk. I'm assuming whatever she's drinking is alcoholic. Follow me, Six.
I have a deep fear, mistress.
I never knew robots could sense fear. You think Roy's been hurt?
Not that, mistress.
but I fear her absence may be my doing. But I guess we'll talk about it later because you keep walking.
Aaliyah!
I will wait here, mistress. Now you need to talk to him.
Timur, I need to find Arroy. Something's happened to her.
What sort of something?
I think she's been kidnapped. Her place was turned over, ransacked.
She owed someone money?
I'm sure it's my fault. You haven't heard anything?
No. But if I do, I will let you know. You're very good health.
You're too good to me, Timur.
I could be better, you know.
Timur just watched me get drunk.
Now look here, I have a present for you. A fragment of canvas.
I think it dates from at least the earliest days of the Empire. In the seam is something stitched. Alright, repetitive. This could be pretty huge here. Look. My. And. Let's try at. Makes no sense. Look at. Stars and. Let's try Earth. An extension. Maybe this is a grounding thing. Look at stars and Earth. Huang will be able to help me finish it up. This comes from the same source as the broken jug and the box I found here earlier, I think. Presumably people commonly frequent both these two sites. They should make the dig site near Elbreth easier to find. What do I owe you?
Nothing. Just don't stop stopping by. Now drink up. You want another raka?
Yep, fill it up.
Here.
Do you miss your children, Timur?
Mouths to feed? No.
That's cold.
When you have children, you want them to rescue you. Then they wear you out. Then they leave you. My wife was the same.
Oof, dude. What was your wife's name?
Maya. She was called Maya.
Where's Phoenix when you need him? I found the moon pouring in water. Water cascading down a mountain. Water in rivers. Water bubbling in fountains.
Sounds like a paradise.
It was a graveyard.
Water that comes from the dead is not for drinking, Aaliyah. Bartenders know about this kind of thing.
You don't understand how much water there was. The whole population of the nebula couldn't drink all the water there was.
But there was water for the taking, was there?
If there was any way to take it.
Every problem is an opportunity, just as every stranger is a friend you haven't yet met. Where was it?
Oh, and Ghost Wake.
You don't. Oh, that's you.
But you don't sail, do you?
Me? I have a bar to run.
Your place is empty. There's no one here.
People have to work. Well, some people. Aaliyah, why do you do what you do? Picking things up, dusting them off, putting them in boxes. You'll never tidy up the nebula faster than it makes a mess of itself. So what's the use?
Sounds pretty nihilist. It's not about the things. It's about the story behind the things. History belongs to everyone. It has to be protected and shed. Otherwise, when you die, it's like it never happened. And then we don't know who we are.
I'm not sure we do know who we are.
Then we need more history, not less.
I'm not sure anyone knows who they are. Minute to minute, day to day. You do what you have to. What you're set up to do. That's all there's time to do. You look back and say, oh, I was like that. And you hope you were kind.
Alright, pretty good progress. But, unsolved inscriptions. Don't think we can do much more. Yeah, pretty happy with what I have here then. Be seeing you, Timur.
Don't be a stranger.
Come on, 6. Now we can get out of here.
We have one new artifact to trace. Shall we leave now, mistress?
Do it.
This way, mistress.
We'll have to leave Aroy's fate up the chance. See if we bump into her later. And we have a lot more places to go sail into, which is what we're going to do. So already an hour in, I just did a bunch of cleaning up of what I had. I haven't even bothered to explore places.
Mistress, I am receiving a message from Professor Mayari.
What does she want?
You may ask her yourself, mistress.
Aaliyah? I want you back on Iox, Aaliyah. With Renba gone, I need someone else. Waste no time. I have something I must tell you.
I'll come when I can.
She has encoded no kind of reply to that, mistress. It appears to have been a message sent in haste.
God damn it. Fine. I'm going to rest, 6.
Very good, mistress. What is our destination? Back to Iox?
Back to Iox. Blah, 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 blah.
Yes, mistress.
Just trying to sleep. Alright, might as well, since I'm here, go talk to Huang, and then after I talk to Miari. We better see what Miari wants. Hopefully it won't take long.
Aaliyah. And the robot. What do you call it? 6?
I came, like you asked.
Thank you, Aaliyah. I worry that you might not want to come, since... No matter. Time is against us all, and I've decided to take you into certain confidences.
Is this about us?
Please be serious, Aaliyah. As you know, Renba was looking into the fall. Let me show you what Renba found. 6 to me.
Professor?
Slisset. Riangset.
Sutsiang.
What language is that?
You don't know. It's ancient. Renba discovered that robot cores can be accessed directly, verbally, if you know the right words.
Sutsiang.
It wants you to ask it a question.
It sounds a lot like Elbereth Patois. I knew it was old, but I'm only guessing here. Salehua?
Salehua iya huameke re are.
Huameke. That's a pretty bad thing to call someone. But then, so is Salehua. Elberithians really are talking ancient. I remember a few words of Patus anyway. Catkiss.
Datkes ihua boy yakifis el.
What is it talking about, Aaliyah?
Give me a moment. How is 6 talking ancient?
I think all robots speak ancient internally, but Renba found a way in. A word. Malifar. It means fall. Mia? Malifar.
Witsale malifar ori elboreth. Katiokis malifar bo mekes yobar umekatsi setyang.
That's as far as I've managed to go. Aaliyah, I need you to do better.
Renba was from Elbereth. He would have known Patuis like any other street kid.
You think that's how he did it? Then can you?
Given time, of course.
Setyang.
Malifar.
Witsale malifar mori elboreth. Katiokis malifar. Okay, Setyang.
Mori is Elberithian Patuis. It means near. Miameke is a robot. Perhaps Meke is similar.
It's waiting for an answer, I think.
Human Yaki Kat?
Humenyakikat iboyaki katya.
Humiyaki is a Patuswa, Professor. It means, essentially, grow old and die.
Setyang.
Professor, what is it you think I can do?
When Iox fell, Aaliyah, the palace here was overrun. There were hundreds slaughtered. The Fallers killed almost everyone, people and robots. We know this, but we don't know where they came from, who they were, how they got in, how so many got in. We must know before it happens again. The robots know.
Mistress. Excuse the interruption, mistresses.
6. What were you just saying?
Nothing, mistress. I do not like to prattle in front of my primary user. but something has come into my mind. A name. Humenyaki Kat. I will show you on the charts when we return to the Nightingale, mistress, but it is not far from here.
What does that name mean?
I am unsure. Should we leave now, mistress?
We still have more to do here. There was something I wanted to ask you. You told me I was your daughter, but Huang told me your daughter died.
You are, and she did. I know you do not believe in the loop, Aliyah, but one day you will. Aliyah?
Why didn't you tell me what Remba was doing earlier? Why did you keep it secret?
Aliyah, I've always treated you as warmly as I'm allowed. You know that.
Allowed by whom?
As Six would say, we all have our primary users.
If you say so.
Good faith to you, Aliyah. And take care of the robot. As you might have realized, it was Renba's, and it may be the only one with this knowledge.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Do you believe her, mistress? Do you believe in the loop?
I told you, I'm an atheist. Maybe. There's no way to be sure of anything.
Aliyah?
Good faith to you. The loop is gonna be the endgame twist. I can feel it. It coming. Well, let's see what else we're gonna learn about it.
Aliyah, you're back.
I've made some nice discoveries out there.
Well, let's see them then.
What do you think of this fragment of canvas?
Let me take a look.
There's a fragment of an inscription. I read it as "Look at stars and Earth."
I don't agree with the word Earth. Look at the tall stroke with the dot above. That might be a glyph for verticality or height. That doesn't fit with Earth. See what options there might be.
So, verticality, tall. None of this reflect that. Unless you dream big. Look at stars and dream then. Thanks, Huang.
Now, I've seen something a bit like that, if I remember right, that was also inscribed. Let me see now. Yes, this is it. This was marked onto a blue scrap of sail. It was found in an Elberethian market 8 years ago.
Alright. So, could note stars. Wind. And wind. Yeah, alright. 2 out of 2. Let's go.
Excellent.
Verticality. Stars above.
The ancient for high should have a symbol representing vertical. Okay.
Stars above and wind rays. That's my clue. The stars above and wind rays make sense. Do you have any more like that?
Let me see. How about this? It's a picture of a black fragment of a flag. It was found drifting in the wash near Maersi.
Okay. So we know that stars is God. We don't know what that is. Then. This doesn't feel right. Dies is wrong. Is.
Mistress, that translation is clearly incorrect.
Is God in So that must be a longer word. It's not God, but it's part of God. Stars is okay. Something. Yeah, because that little thing with the hook is. Yeah, it's like, you know, I forget what they were called in grammar, but just like they're like connectors in sentences. That little hook symbol thingy is a connector. River. Let's try. Could be related to water, so drown. Drown in stars is. Do I want to go with blessing? Bless. Holy. That could be holy. Bless. Maybe this means add ing. But that sounds wrong. Or it could be an opposite. Drown in stars is blessing. Do you have any more like that?
Let me see. No, nothing comes to mind. The curators will be most interested in the fragment of canvas, I'm sure.
Take it.
Good faith to you. I'll be back shortly. And with several words gained, maybe a few are now solvable.
No.
Unfortunately, no.
Unfortunately, I have to wait a while if I want to do another thing. Okay, he does take a while before he comes back, yeah?
Yep.
Time to explore.
We have... Yep. Are you ready to go yet, mistress?
Do it! Just do it!
This way, mistress.
You gotta flex when I do that, Six.
I have no muscles, mistress.
But you have artificial joints. You can mimic the flex. Six has had enough of my snark and memes.
Oh, he snarks back.
I know. Alright. Time to move on. To infinity and beyondeth.
I will ready the tackle, mistress.
Let's see how small these circles we're getting. Okay, that's far away. Oh my god. We'll have to dig site.
Taranaki, and there is still Elbereth. I guess it's possible to find her somewhere on Elbereth?
I was just there. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way.
Just leaving your friend Roy?
I don't know where she is. I've looked everywhere there.
Well, you checked with people.
Yeah? Why would I check again? They didn't tell me anything. Why am I gonna make assumptions? So it's gonna plot me. Here we go.
We have reached uncharted waters, mistress.
What?
No one knows how far the rivers go. No one's ever mapped them. Not even the robots. Or, if they did, they aren't telling.
I thought I skipped some of it.
You did skip a little bit, and you can skip again.
Oh?
I have finished my consideration of the stone and the statues, mistress. I believe I have a rough location for where the statues were constructed.
How old?
I believe the statues were carved in deep antiquity. Perhaps more than 1,500 years ago.
Alright, so just a long linear path this way. And then we'll hopefully find answers at this dig site. If Elberus Pateau is a spoken ancient, and the control words for the robots sounds like Patois
I think it's Patoy.
or Patoi. Yeah, you're actually right. I suppose the control words are an ancient. Like Iroquois.
What did you call your first robot, mistress?
A clanker.
Presumably you did not call it one.
And
Unless you were already planning your robocidal spree. I believe Rinba's dig site should be somewhere here.
alright, well, let's see what I find.
There is something strange about the waters to the left, mistress.
Yeah. There's these things again.
As though the flows there were barely moving.
Six? What happened to the river?
I do not know, mistress. We are barely sailing, but we are moving.
I think we found it. Let's bring her to land, Six.
Well, that was fast.
Cool. Did a lot of narrowing down this whole time, and now here I am. What was he looking for out here? Besides love.
We trudged across the surface of a tiny moon. Nothing but dust and towering stone.
It is quite remarkable, mistress. This place is actually worse than Elbereth.
That's my home you're talking about, Six.
Merely your birthplace. You did well to leave.
I didn't leave Elbereth. Professor Miari scooped me out of the orphanage and carried me away. Equipment. I knew there would be something here.
But what is it, mistress?
Some kind of winch. But for winching, what? There are tracks running from it. Made for a cot, I suppose. Someone was building something.
Not for robots.
There's something etched here.
But this is not an ancient site, mistress.
Elberithians carve ancient symbols for luck. I don't think they know what they mean.
A primitive people.
Nothing good about Elberithians in your mind. I don't blame you. Alright, we'll go with is, shall, and lift. Or how about that and up?
Mistress, that translation is clearly incorrect. There must be another possibility.
I've done something wrong. I guess it's with then. I'm sure my translation for up is correct now. Good. Thank you, Huang, for the tip. But these aren't the symbols for width. And my translation for lift isn't correct either. Path. I don't see the resemblance here. What is up? About cannot yet fall. Maybe this X means the opposite. What is up cannot yet fall down. I hope this does not collapse. It's a powerful frame. Renba must have been doing some heavy lifting. Renba must have tried a word of Elberithian working with Six. Perhaps by chance. He was from Elbereth. Maybe he jabbed his stump with a screwdriver and swore.
It seems remarkable this had not been discovered before.
There's something up ahead. What's that? By the goddess,
There were
on my
tents,
fingers.
carts, ropes and platforms. Remba must have had an army working here. And yet he had left it all behind. Just like that.
This must be Remba's work. He had laborers from the markets on Elbereth, shipped them here, and had them. Doing whatever he was doing.
A most likely analysis, mistress.
There's the cart. For transporting rubble. Yeah, I'm pretty confident about that translation. Something's etched into the metal. This is one end of a fractured fragment of text. Every we is that doesn't feel right. What we is
I
What?
remember the word what, mistress?
cool. Should think actions. What we do is everything. All, everything, inclusive. It's either eternal or forever. Let's try eternal. What we do is eternal. I think that's right. This is heavy equipment. Where did Rembo get all this from?
I would suggest it comes from a mine or a quarry. I would believe it is itself old.
It must have taken weeks to set all this up. Was it worth it, Remba? Did you find what you were looking for? So, all this was built before Remba went to Mersey. Remba must have found something here. Something that led him into the cyclones. The robe and the brooch, perhaps? Alright, so I'm starting to learn more rules about the language. I hope I'm right about them. What was Remba doing out here? Building his own little kingdom? Has he got the garrison under there? If Remba was planning to invade Iox and bring about the fall that Mayari was so worried about, I'll eat my bag.
If he was, mistress, and he is dead, then the loop is a lie.
The cake is a lie. What happened?
That's just you going back around to the front.
That's how Kaya spoke to me in the graveyard moon. The power in the shrine activated the recording of her in the foil. The ring on top just projected the image, which must how Six's face works too. Okay, that's what it meant. So, just like other areas, click to kind of fast travel. Renbo wasn't digging for his observation, was he?
I do not think you can bury an observatory, mistress.
No way in round here. Fair point. Right, not the far corner. There's a thing on the cart there.
Of a similar age to the previous.
This one's also inscribed. Symbol etched deep in the metal. Okay. R. Honest. So that can't be the phrase for honest. Rebels, heaven, maybe it could mean people. We'll do slaves. Slaves are up. Slaves are free makes sense. I think there always have been slaves in the nebula. One way or another.
Indeed.
More tents? Looks like some kind of rough camp. Enough for 10, 15 people, maybe.
It appears abandoned. This whole site does.
Renba is dead, Six. Remember?
Of course I remember. Robots are like children, mistress. We do not forget.
Do you like other robots, Six?
I have not spent much time with them.
That's avoiding the question.
I suppose it is, mistress. I cannot think how to answer the question truthfully.
God, that's like you in a nutshell, Fly.
Hey!
You can't answer
I
questions.
am always answering truthfully.
This is the way in. I'm not wrong, though. Oh, wait, but before I go in, maybe there's something else over here.
Listen, I answer truthfully. I'm just... Sometimes the truth isn't... Sometimes I need to be vague with the truth because I can't necessarily be specific or something.
Whatever that means, but okay. This one isn't sealed. He must have been shipping these back to Iox. Miari never mentioned anything about it, though perhaps is where her brooch really came from. The scimitar should do it. Scimitar. There! Let's see now. Artifacts. Just like on the other moon. Oh, look at this. It's a leather-bound book, blank except for some tiny diagrams, dating from ancient times. And there's something written here. I've not encountered any of these words anywhere else. I can still make some guesses. Me? Let's try this. Bless, watch, love. Maybe that's the word for book. This book. Buried, sail. Sure. I could still change my mind, but this book came over gates. I can see what Huang's opinion is when I get to Iox. I don't think we've seen anything with this kind of binding before. That suggests it must originate from a site that's entirely new to us. But that's not all. Look at this. It's a pendant of silver, dating back from the early Empire. Look at the craftsmanship. Such tiny details worked in. It doesn't have an inscription on the clasp. Most likely, this comes from the same site as the compass and the heavily scratched incense burn we found before. It should have helped its location, but these are good finds. What are they doing out here? And hello, RG Tailsplash. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, buddy?
Hello.
For storing equipment, what is all this? There must be a city under there. Trays? Little pieces. Pottery, metal shards? Nothing significant. Though surprising to find out here all the same. If robots remember everything they see, why don't you know who made you?
My memories begin from when I was awoken on Iox.
But that wasn't your first activation.
Perhaps. Or perhaps I was simply built but never needed.
So you were in perfect condition when you woke? No dirt, no scratches, no wear?
No. I cannot explain that, mistress.
You're just a walking mystery over here. Here's something. A dented metal gong. It looks like something from at latest, the earliest Empire period. Whoever made this had an inscription on it. This comes from the same place as the pendant, I think. This should help us locate it. Okay, cool. That's still a huge site, my goodness. Alright, it's time to go into the tent.
See what we can find.
Plus, there's that whole area all the way up there. Tied up from the outside.
My scanners do not suggest there is anyone inside.
They're not sold. Hard to... There.
Darkness.
Mistress, watch your step.
An enormous pit had been cut into the rock below. It must have taken days to do. Weeks, even.
What could be down here to be worth all this? So I guess that's like a little blocker. If you don't have the tool, you can't get in the tent. It's very dark in here.
Indeed, mistress.
I mean, it's too dark to walk. Renba must have set us some lights.
Then in turn, mistress, there must be power.
Arroy would love this. Maybe Renba bought it from her.
Evidently, it is a generator, mistress. Your friend Arroy most likely made it. It looks to be functional, but if we turn it on, we will give away our presence here. Should there be anyone to give it away to?
Let's see now.
Wooden walkways spiraled down, held together by ropes and luck. You could tell this place was built by Elberethians.
Those walkways look unbelievably dangerous, mistress.
Ah, quit being a scaredy cat. This whole thing feels oddly like walking into a trap. Walkways poised to collapse. A pit big enough to hold an eagle.
And yet you intend to walk into it.
Of course. Where's your spirit of adventure, 6? Alright, time for more translating. Railing. No. Dan. This doesn't feel right.
Oh, there is one more word, it just kind of scrolled off. There it is. Mistress, that translation is clearly incorrect. There must be another possibility.
Oh yeah, at least you got something. Makes sense. Carry this load.
Equally, it might say cheese runs amok, mistress, since the carvers do not know what they were carving.
True enough. For once, I just take your snark in stride. Come on. Lifting equipment. But not very good lifting equipment.
Whatever Master Renba was doing here, mistress, he was doing it secretly, not well.
Putting a target on his back, I see. And we can go down. Right here. Here goes.
The walkway is extremely badly made. Mistress? Typical.
Hey, if you can jump a gap. Why don't you go first, Six?
Really, mistress, but no, I refuse. Evidently, it is not safe.
Don't you have to do what I say?
No, mistress, I do not.
Damn it. Fine then. I go by the waters. I go by the waters. Ha! Made it.
For reference, mistress, the next plank appears worse.
Here goes. Oh no! Bless the waters. That was a little close. Not that way then.
What other way is there?
This plank was loose. I could probably drag it.
Mistress, please. The hopper will not work under the tent canopy. If you fall, you will not fly up again.
I'm sure I can do this. This is going to work out fine. Have faith.
Says the atheist.
I knew you were gonna fucking say that! Here goes nothing. Easy. That wasn't so bad.
But there is no way for me to follow, mistress.
Cry harder, Six. Well, there's certainly something buried down here, but I can't make out what.
Whatever it is, mistress, it has been down here for some considerable time.
Then stay there. You can keep watch like a bitch.
I will keep watch for your common sense, mistress. You have clearly dropped it somewhere.
Says you. Another plank? Longer than the ones higher up. Will this one hold?
Mistress, I beseech you, if I might remind you, if you break your leg down in here, you will stay here until it heals.
If I did break my leg, would you at least try to retrieve me?
No, mistress. The probabilities are clear. If you become unable to walk down here, I will give up immediately and return to Iox.
No, you won't. Your ethical core wouldn't let you leave me.
Mistress, you do not understand how my core functions.
Yes, I do.
My core is statistical. It works on probabilities. If the probability is that you are already dead or cannot be saved, then I fear it holds no obligation over me.
That doesn't sound very ethical to me.
I confess, it is a pragmatic design, mistress.
We'll get the ethical core removed one of these days. My friend Leroy could do it.
With respect, mistress, I am certain she could not.
Well, here goes. I
I
assumed
you heard the plank creaking, mistress.
bits of metal, fittings, eyelets, hooks, spare parts, and something else. No, nothing here. Another generator? Let's see what's down here. What is that? Is that a hole? It's beautiful. A wooden spa? Inside with metal rings for ropes. It's huge. 6! This thing down here. It's a boat.
Impossible, mistress. It is far too large to fly.
But it must be.
Evidently, it is extremely big, mistress. Based on the curvature of the hull, 20 to 30 times the size of the Nightingale.
Imagine it intact. An enormous hull, multiple sets of sails. How does it end up here? Alright, time to cross back. I'm coming back across.
Mistress, I cannot advise.
Oh no. Oof. Oof.
Mistress, are you all right?
Ouch. I'm alright, more or less. There's some cloth here. It broke my fall. It's really thick and heavy. It must
be almost 950 years old, mistress.
Sailcloth. Well, thank goodness. I still took damage, but oof.
I cannot imagine how such a boat could be launched. The uprivers here are barely strong enough to lift the Nightingale into the sky.
Maybe it was never launched. It could be purely ceremonial.
Then why build it here? And it did not fall from the sky. How is it buried so deep?
There's no upriver on this moon. That explains why the buried ship is still here. Once it landed, it could not leave.
From the damage, I would suggest that it crashed.
A metal ring? It's a hutch. And it's etched with symbols in ancient. Carry on, my wayward son. No. I've got one of these words in my notebook. Might as well take a crack at it. Carry, load, star. Ropes are long. Crystals. Carry ropes. Opposite of follow. If I'm... from... stations, heaven. Doesn't really help me. Serpents. That's also the thing. Yeah, serpents. Eye. Carry ropes from serpent's eye. What's a serpent's eye? I peered down to a dusty, gloomy space.
Mistress, please do not stick your arm in there.
Maybe I can just...
Mistress.
There's something here. I found something. The serpent's eye was a source of treasures?
Crystal.
Why didn't Janiki use robots for the dig? It must have taken forever to activate all of this.
I believe the answer is obvious, mistress.
There's an inscription here. Short one.
I believe you can be confident of your translation for light now, mistress.
Interesting. Of wind. Winds? Wind's light work? Sounds like the name of a ship. But I've never seen a ship this big. Alright.
But I do not have friendships with other robots, if that is what you mean, to continue a conversation.
Would you like some friends? We could set up a play date.
I am quite content, mistress.
Sure. Alright, that leaves everything down here we can get out. I'm coming back up.
Mistress.
Good as new. Alright. I'm not going back down there again.
Well then, mistress, the probability of collapse was steadily rising.
That was pretty, scary, I guess, if you can call that suspenseful. But it's weird how we have like this weird, have a health bar, but... Huh?
Please, don't be scared.
Who are you?
My name is Saya. I've been stuck here for weeks, since the Ioxian left. There's enough wood here to burn for years, but I can't eat wood. The water's almost gone too. You have to take me with you.
Take you where?
Anywhere than here. I'm not going to take no for an answer. I can't.
Tell me what Remba was doing here.
Fine. Aboard your ship.
Then, let's go. 6?
This way, mistress.
I feel like there's something more I could have looked into here. Wasn't there like a village or tents in the other direction? But I'm leaving right now, so I'm guessing no. But hey, found a new character. All the way out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to return to Iox, get another translation done, and then call it for the night here.
Fair enough. Thank you, Ioxian. Your ship is much more comfortable than his was.
Renba found a boat down there.
A huge boat. Old, too. But no good for flying away on.
There's a whole nebula out there to explore. I could take you to Iox or Naki, Marseille.
But Elbereth is my home. I have friends there. Please.
But you were a laborer. Hired by Remba?
Those are not the right words. Please, Ioxian, I don't know who you are. Just take me home.
I guess we have no choice in the matter. Or do we? Fine, we'll go back to Elbereth. couple more tasks, and then we'll call it. Time flies. Like, I feel like I barely made progress tonight.
It was a lot of running back and forth between a few places. Go right momentarily, mistress.
Beep boop, if you say so. Here's what I don't understand about Rainbow 6. I almost said Rainbow Six. What makes a roboticist take up treasure hunting? What got him started?
A robot, mistress?
We're in a rapid! We better check the hall when we next land. Oh!
Well, that was a momentary glitch I've never seen before.
I thought I was gonna die. Sia, Remba told me he was looking for an observatory. He found... So,
Oh,
you're right. I don't know if that's
he
me.
found a boat. And what is an observatory?
Remba didn't find anything except the boat? Huh?
Mr. Turning. He found something inside of the boat. An artifact. A telescope, I think.
Are you... What?
Once he found it, that was when he left.
Where am I supposed to go?
Hit backspace again. Open the thing. Huh. Head to the right.
Boat,
Yeah,
match.
just keep following.
I think you took something similar from Rue near Marseille. Hey DJ, welcome back. How are you, buddy?
That... Oh, that was you.
That might
Map.
have... I have no idea. Blah blah blah.
Perhaps he was collecting them.
So go left and then where?
Oh, let's see what the map says.
I think... No.
Nope, pass control to 6G. Hopefully this will... Oh,
Yeah,
I think you might actually be there.
You're irritated about something? Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Much hugs.
Or-
How much hugs for you, DJ? Lots of love.
And it says Roy's still missing. Thank you, Aliyah Elazra. I will be alright from here.
Do you have friends here?
And enemies. I will have to see which is most helpful to me. I've never had so much choice before. Before I go, I have something for you. The excavation on the Elbereth moon ended as soon as we found that ship in the ground. I was there. We found a hatch filled with dull gemstones. One or two looked valuable to me. I kept a little for myself.
What kind of crystal is it?
I have no idea. But he thought it was valuable, and I do not want it anymore.
Is there anything more you can tell me about Remba's work?
No. I've told you all I know. Good faith to you.
Okay, thanks, bye. Well, she's going to be alright.
Nothing solvable, unfortunately. I would say the Citadel is older than the slums.
Of course it is. Slums don't last very long.
Seemed like there was a path back there, by the way.
Oh yeah. Maybe I didn't explore all of Elbereth.
What exactly is a catkiss, mistress?
Good faith to you.
Good faith.
Do you know Roy, the mechanics? The mechanist? Ugh. Do you know where she is?
You are from IOPS?
I work on Iox. I was born here.
I see. I hear Lady O'Roy has had trouble with a woman from IOPS. I wondered if that woman was you. Good faith to you.
Well, gee, thanks. For DJ, over the last few days, every time I wash my face, the corners of my eyes have been hurting like there's some dry skin there. That sounds... oof. That sucks. Sorry it's happening to you, man. I don't think I've ever dealt with that before. Maybe it could be bacteria or something. There was something over there. Oh, shoot! No! No, no! Thank goodness. Wait! Not yet. Stop moving on your own. Stop! Oh my god. I said don't leave the mood. This game is
annoying.
this game, man. Why does it have to be buggy? I said no.
Where the hell is she even going?
I said no. Don't click on that thing again. That was dumb. Well, thanks for pointing out this path. This is the only other place on Elbereth I have not touched. There's something under here. It's a fragment from a copper knife. Dating from at least the earliest days of the Empire. There's some inscribed tiny symbols on the hilt. Alright. Alright. Something of the Emperor. I'm confident. Should act die. Hey, there we go. That's similar to death over here. Every This is also, I think, like an action item. Or it made it. But this also be people. Every soldier will die for Emperor.
That would make sense.
I'd say this comes from the pre-Empire site. You should help us work out where to look for the site. How much smaller did it really get? Yeah, it got really small over here. This is still shrinking. And there's a lot more we can look into here. Yep, there's language encryption in this. It's the whole game, DJ. And trying to figure out the rules is tough. But I'm slowly getting it bit by bit.
Yeah, you do seem to be getting an idea for how the language works and how the words are put together.
Yep. Huang definitely helps decipher a bit. Unfortunately, there is no Roy here. So we're gonna go back.
Did you ever actually ask Tappy if he saw her?
I think so, yeah. Or at least, did he know her? He said no. Good faith to you.
Good faith. Tread softly.
I don't even know if I want to... I don't know if there's anything else on this moon I could do except try and find her. But may as well try one more time.
Said Boyalki Rivar.
Kibenya.
Ianiwa Sale Cataliti.
I don't even know why he keeps me the option, even after all this. I can't believe the people here talk ancient. This place must be old. Even older than Iox, maybe. Alright, Tappy. Let's see if we've... Nope. Just a random guy here.
Aaliyah, stop there. My apologies, but, you're not welcome today.
Have I done something wrong? I thought we were friends.
Oh, what's the use? Let her in.
Oh.
Oh, well then. So much for gallantry. You heard the lady. Aaliyah.
Roy! You're safe! I was so worried.
Were you looking for me?
Of course I was.
Even if you gave up.
But I didn't know where to look.
No one else has found me. That I know about, anyway.
Who would be looking for you?
You tell me, Aaliyah. I'll leave you ladies to it, I think. Where did you get that infernal crown? Who wants it so badly?
My boss at the university was keen on it. I wouldn't put it past her to steal it. Though I don't know how she'd do that. She never leaves her office.
Well, whoever took it, it's gone now. I'm sorry, Aaliyah. I'm sure it was precious to you, but there was nothing I could do.
What actually happened?
I was asleep. I've got a little space upstairs. I heard them come in, start throwing things around.
What then?
I climbed out onto the roof behind and slithered down. Turned up on this one's doorstep a bedraggled rat. I let her in, of course. I always let Roy in when she comes to call. Shut your face. You've been back, have you?
It's in a terrible state.
I always knew it'd be you who ruined me, Aaliyah.
Roy, I brought something for you to look at.
Not a chance, Aaliyah. Last time I looked at anything for you, I ended up living here. I'm not touching one of your finds.
But you don't know what it is.
Why would I care what it was?
Did you manage to activate the crown? Before it was taken.
I did. I don't think you'll believe me.
I've never known you to lie. Harsh honesty, but you never lie.
The crown spoke to me. I powered the thing up eventually. Nothing happened, so I put it on my head. I look pretty good with the crown on my head. Did you know that?
You're a queen, Roy. You always have been.
Of my work yard, maybe. Not even of that now.
So, what did the crown say?
Just a whisper. It whispered. Lots of voices, but one was the loudest.
What kind of voice was it?
A man. A young man. He sounded far away.
What did he say? This young man. Did he tell you who he was?
He was describing places, things he'd seen. I don't think he could hear me. It was all a mess. Only one thing I heard clearly. He said he didn't want to go to the Withering Palace. He said he'd rather die.
What's a withering palace?
I have no idea. He only said he didn't want to go. Then the voice whispered one more name.
Tell me.
Heaven's Vault.
A title drop. Heaven's Vault?
Does it mean anything to you?
That's not much to go on.
No, it's not. I hope you've had enough time to catch up, but I was starting to get looks.
I found a few items you might be interested in.
Oh yeah?
This is a fragment from a copper knife dating back from the early Empire.
There's nothing attractive about that, and in saleable state too. My dear, I collect mechanical contraptions in crystal and historical and strange things, not rubbish.
A dented metal gong dating from at latest the earliest Empire period.
Well now. Oh well, I can probably shift it, but not for much. I've not seen anything quite like that. I might be able to make you an offer. Yes, this is it. A cloud shot, covered in algebraic computations. That's you speaking.
Oh. Alright, well, this seems to be very helpful. So let's see. Empresses of Shao. Yeah, not empresses. Of... Sorcerer Palace. Why not? Source of Goddesses? That will do for now.
But you're just guessing.
Iox is a source of robots. Robot gods? Is this freaking Talos principle all over again? I think this comes from the same site as the scrap of sailcloth and a map I found earlier. Having another artifact should help us to find its location. This should help us locate the ancient site.
So, you've seen it. The chart for your dented metal gong?
You have a deal. Definitely want that.
I think this looks rather good here. It'll take me some time to set up buyers for what you've given me, so, anything more, let me consider another time, my fine lady.
Listen, Tappy. Look after her, will you?
I'm the perfect host. He's alright, actually. When he stops talking.
How are things on Elbereth?
You know, much the same. Apart from poor Roy here.
So, what are you going to do now?
I don't know. Go home, I suppose. Go home? Whoever raided your place has raided it. They weren't looking for you. Unless they think I know something I shouldn't.
You think someone knew it was special? Someone took it because of what it contained.
Maybe? I've never been broken into before.
I need to get the crown back.
I can't help you with that. It's gone.
I'll bet it was Miari. Six told her we found it. She got impatient waiting for it.
That's your mother?
She's not my mother.
She adopted you from the orphanage. Took you off to feed you cream and fish heads.
Miari does what she likes. She runs everything.
Next time, Aaliyah, could you just give her what she wants? So she doesn't have to smash up my home?
Are you going to be alright?
I don't know. How would I know that?
Let's get out of here. See you later, Tappy.
Don't forget us now. I'll see you around, Aaliyah.
Well, we took care of that plot point. Hooray.
We have a few new artifacts to trace. Time to go, mistress.
Let's get out of here. I'm hanging on to that brooch as much as I can.
Be ready, mistress.
But I don't think it's necessary because we found a dig site.
Probably not necessary.
Yeah. So, no reason for me to give up something valuable. I really want to get back to Iox.
But I imagine now you're probably gonna call it.
Well, I was hoping to get something translated at Iox, and that's it. I was thinking about that boat that Renba found. Found a fragment of it anyway. The Empire never used ships that large. And it was too old, too long buried.
You have never seen a ship like it.
This changes our history, Six. There must have been a whole age before the Empire, when ships like great whales crawl up the rivers. carrying things from one moon to another.
Trading, mistress.
Perhaps people lived on them. Can you imagine that? A boat which people live on? An age of sail. Before the Empire was founded. Before the Empire locked down the nebula. Alright, I'll tell you what. I'll go to Iox and we'll call it. So I make sure we're there when we start next. Ooh, look at all that. Holy smokes, things have shrunken down over here. Age of sail.
Which I know you don't care for, but
What?
Which I know you don't care for things shrinking down, but
Oh. I mean, I haven't even been to Bernanke yet. I've just been trying to follow plot points, but at least after Iox, I can probably finally explore this, and then I can go, just kind of go down over here. This is a pretty big area. I think this is supposed to be like part of like a major storyline over here. Yeah, trader. I mean, this talks about the ancient observatory. So Father's Moon, where the invasion has begun. And the crown warns us not to not go there. No. Yes. Hopefully I can get to a quick
We
fast travel.
turned the prow for Iox once more. Going back always felt like a relief.
We'll find you some robots on Iox.
mistress, it is not like you fraternize with other humans.
Of course I do. There's Huang and Timur and the professor, of course.
Would you like me to estimate the percentage of the nebula's population that accounts for, mistress?
You do what you like. I hope I made
I have made my point.
Yeah. Yes. All right. 3 parts in. We're around the 7-hour mark for this whole game. And plenty more to do and get to. Crossing fingers that maybe we'll finish this game before I literally take a month off for Spooks Month. But counting this week, that's going to put us at a good 7 weeks to do it, which is possible.
I won't really be here for much of October anyway.
Yeah, so let's hope we finish it by then. Oh, there we go. Another scene. What do you want, Huang? I'm in a hurry.
Well, you'll want to hear this. I've got something for you.
You seem in a good mood today.
Come to the library. I'll explain everything.
I was coming to see you anyway.
Be sure you do. Be seeing you, Aaliyah.
I'm gonna park my butt outside the library, and we will end. So, only one new area visited. That took me like an hour plus to examine thoroughly, but hey. A lot has happened, even with the limited travel. Got the more secrets of the crown, more areas to explore, and I feel like I'm set up pretty well for where I want to go next. And I don't have to waste time being aimless in the sail portions.
A little bit of that.
Ugh. Good faith to you. Carry on. blah, blah. Nightingale herself must be an age of sail ship. She's about the right age, I think. And she's still riverworthy after all this time. Does it last save just now? Great.
Yeah, it saves all the time.
Alright, great. Awesome. I'm going to go see if there's anyone to raid at this moment at this evening. Learn 30 words. Last achievement right there.
Nice.
I don't know. Let me see if I can raid Saberspark. That'd be cool if I could, but we'll see. I have met him, but I doubt he has it. Oh no, I could raid Saberspark. Yeah! Go support that man. Great reviewer.
I actually watch him on YouTube a fair bit.
Well, there you go. It's probably streaming something for related, I bet. All right, catch y'all everyone for Friday, which I will reveal what won the poll in a couple days. So see y'all then. Good night.
Be well, all of ye.
And you have a good night too. You get some rest.
Thanks, I intend to.
All
Have
right.
a good night.